Is it possible to create 50 meals that perfectly represent each one of our nation's 50 states?
Get it in the line.
Well, I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying.
There's a fungus among us.
I'm Taylor Hicks. You may know me as a singer. So why is an entertainer hosting a food show? Simple. I love food. I even own my own barbecue joint. And I love to travel. So I'm hitting the road and eating my way across America, one state at a time. On this episode of State Plate, I'm traveling through a northeastern state known as the birthplace of American democracy. That's right, I'm in the great state of Pennsylvania. Home to a sandwich named after the city of brotherly love, a side dish so nice they named it twice, a world-famous snack food, and a whole lot more. So stay tuned for a heaping helping of Pennsylvania on State Plate. So here's the challenge. I have this empty plate that I have to fill up with foods that best represent the state of Pennsylvania. The big question is what deserves to go on the plate and what will be left off. All over the Keystone State, there are mushrooms of all types and tastes. Eastern Pennsylvania feeds the nation's appetite for snack foods. Philadelphia is the birthplace of the famous Philly cheesesteak, and Lancaster County is Dutch territory, famous for chow chow and shoe fly pie. So let's hit the road and rustle up the best foods in the state. In Pennsylvania, all roads lead to a place known as the mushroom capital of the world. The United States produces over 950 million pounds of mushrooms per year, and 65% of them come out of Pennsylvania, most from here in Kennett Square. Inside this industrial building are large, dank mushroom houses with steamy environments perfect for growing mushrooms.
All right, Taylor, welcome to Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, Phillips Mushroom Farms, and the mushroom capital of the world.
Mushroom capital of the world.
Right.
That's a tall glass of water.
It is. Back in the late 1800s, this area had a lot of greenhouses, roses and carnations. One of those growers went to Europe, saw them cultivating mushrooms, brought back mushroom spawn. He grew mushrooms underneath his tables.
Since then, farmers here have gotten the prehistoric mushroom down to a modern science. In what is called the browning room, shiitake mushrooms are grown on synthetic logs that take the role of natural wood.
What we're trying to do is take this nice rough surface and change it into synthetic bark. So this will turn brown and it'll start to crack open. Once those cracks start to appear, that's kind of where the mushrooms are going to come out of, and we know that it's ready to move to the next stage.
The synthetic logs are then soaked in tanks to give them the moisture that the mushrooms will need in order to grow. Oh, shiitake!
Yeah, so this is the final product. These logs have been soaked about a week to 10 days ago, and we're ready to pick. This log has a few on there that are ready to go. This is ready to go because it's already started to flatten out. This one right here is a good one. That one's pretty good quality. It's still got the nice wrap on it and the fuzz.
That's a good looking mushroom.
It is, it is. It's very tasty too.
This is really heavy too.
Yes,
They really get dense.
Well, that's what happens when we soak them in the tank. And as these mushrooms pick off, this log will get lighter and lighter and lighter.
Because they are high maintenance, shiitake are expensive and considered a specialty mushroom. The staple of the industry is in yet another massive mushroom house. How cool is this?
So we're in an agaricus mushroom house right now, and this is the bread and butter of the mushroom industry. More than 90% of all the mushrooms picked in the United States are agaricus variety.
So there's two types here.
Yeah. So creminis are smaller, and they are picked before the veil opens.
If the veil is allowed to open, the gills of the mushroom are exposed, and it is then considered a portobello. The portobello mushroom is equally known as a portobello. So these are basically baby portobellos.
Correct. And I'm gonna put you to work. We're gonna start with the easier stuff and pick some of the bigger creminis. What you wanna do so you don't disturb the soil too much is push down and twist.
Oh, okay.
Then we'll cut the stem. Good stuff goes in the box. The stems go in the stump pile.
Stems go in the stem box and the cap goes in the cap box.
Right. And if you want a portobello, we gotta go a little further in and get one that's opened up. That's a true portobello there. These will actually double in size every 24 hours.
Double in
So
size.
if we had not picked that, it would be twice the size this time tomorrow.
Wow.
Good picker can go through this bed and pick 50, 60 pounds an hour, no problem.
Picking the product.
Yep. Well, you're a natural at it.
It's no surprise mushroom soup is one of Pennsylvania's favorite foods. It uses any and all varieties of mushrooms. Toss in some veggies, stir it up with cream, and you've got cream of mushroom soup.
Yes. It's got the portobellos that you picked, the creminis that you picked, oysters, and shiitake bacon on top.
Shiitake bacon.
Yep.
Let's dig in. Savory.
Very good.
You know, all of these mushrooms, the cremini, the shiitake, the portobello, the oyster, they go together really good in the soup.
Yep.
What I love about mushrooms is they're kind of meaty. They're just savory and a hearty flavor, and it's got a hearty, kind of a hearty soup.
Absolutely, yeah.
We picked our appetizer, a hearty bowl of cream of mushroom soup, straight from the mushroom capital of the world. Coming up, I want to wit out wit, a famous Philly food that requires fluency in a second language.
It's cheese without or cheese with? 3 more cheese with.
It sounds like Swahili.
No, it's Philly talk.
We're on a mission to build a meal with the best foods in the state of Pennsylvania. Next stop, the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia has made a lot of important contributions to America. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Philly cheesesteak. The cheesesteak is the undeniable king of Philly food. And Pat's is where it all started.
Hey, Taylor, I thought that was you.
We're in Philly, I gotta have a cheesesteak. I gotta have a Pat's cheesesteak.
Awesome. This is Pat's King of Steaks in South Philadelphia. This is where the steak sandwich and the cheesesteak were invented back in 1930.
So this is the origin.
This is where it all began, right here. This is ground zero. How it originated was my great-uncle Pat and my grandfather were across the street that had an open-air hot dog stand. So one day he wanted something different for lunch, and he had a little bit of money. So we sent my grandfather to the store, and he got a little bit of meat that the butcher had. They cooked it up on the grill, and he had an Italian loaf of bread. And at the time, the only condiments they had were onions. They put the onions on the sandwich, and a cab driver who ate hot dogs every day said, "Wow, that looks amazing. Make me one." The cabbie took a bite of it and said, "You know what? Forget about hot dogs. This is the sandwich you should make." And that was the invention of the Philly steak sandwich.
And the rest, as they say, is history. There's a little bit of a tricky way to order these things.
There's no trick to it. So the base sandwich is a steak sandwich. It's just meat and bread. And then the wit part, W-I-T, is with or without onions. Wit, onions, without onions. So if you want a cheesesteak with onions, say, give me a cheese wit. If you want a cheesesteak without onions, say, give me a cheese without.
So with or without. In Philly, the key word in cheesesteak is cheese. And that often means a processed cheese sauce, like Cheese Whiz. A Whiz Wit.
Whiz with is a cheese whiz with onions. So if you want a provolone sandwich with onions, you say, give me a Provi wit. Provi without. American wit, American without. And then you can build on it. Peppers, mushrooms, pepper mushroom Provi wit, pepper mushroom Provi without. Like that.
It sounds like Swahili.
No, it's Philly talk. Not so bad. You get up to the window, Tommy's usually nice. He's been here for 40 years, but he'll know that you're like not a local, and if you do it wrong, he'll just send you to the back of the line so you can practice some more.
How many people have you sent to the back of the line in your time?
A lot. Hundreds. Thousands.
How about?
I want to wit out wit.
Oh, without wit? What's
I
what?
kind of understood that, you know, but it's cheese without or cheese with.
I want wit out.
Without what? You don't want any onions?
Yeah, I want onions.
But then you want a whiz wit.
So Whiz Wit.
That's
So
it.
the
Whiz Wit.
I got this. So I ordered a Whiz Wit.
A Whiz Wit.
So I got cheese
With onions.
With onions.
Yep.
There you go, one whiz wit.
Clearly, the customers have to be fluent in Philly speak to get past Tommy's window. But it's even more important on the other side.
We're gonna let you take some orders, and we'll put you in the position where you're putting the cheese on the sandwiches.
So what do I need?
You're gonna put this like this, and you're gonna go again. You're gonna squeeze that front just like that.
All right, I think I can
Okay.
handle it.
Cheese wit.
Cheese Wit.
Okay, that's good. Next,
Cheesesteak with no onions. I'd like whiz and provolone.
mushroom provolone whiz with no onions.
Correct.
That's
What's your
it.
provolone whiz without?
Look at that. Oh, he's starting to get the hang of it now. There you go, right out the window. Next.
Okay, what do you need?
One without cheese with.
One without cheese.
Cheese without.
Cheese
Cheese
without.
without. Cheese without onions.
Cheese without.
Onions. Sorry about that.
Cheese without onions.
Get in the line.
I think you're doing really well. I mean, like, you sound like you have at least a week's experience
Right?
so far.
Notice I'm not taking any of the money. My final task of the day, eating. My sandwich of choice, a Pepper Whiz Wit. To review, that's a classic Philly cheesesteak slathered with peppers and onions.
Jump into that. Since you made it, let me know how you like it. What do you think?
Everything that I've ever wanted on a sandwich. I have peppers with this sweet spice, the cheese sauce, which is my favorite, and you can really taste like the meatiness of
Yeah.
the ribeye steak. And it's messy.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so good.
We found our entree. On our main plate, a classic Philly cheesesteak slathered in peppers and onions. Coming up,
I'm gonna try to teach you how to twist.
form equals function for our next state plate contender. Starting to get the hang of it. Plus, one more carrot. The canned concoction that put Lancaster County on the map. Nailed it! The next stop in our journey to find the best food in Pennsylvania is Lancaster County. Home to many Pennsylvania Dutch, an Amish and Mennonite culture that shuns modern conveniences and cooks up some of the state's most famous foods, including one so nice they named it twice. It's called Chow Chow, a concoction of canned vegetables created right here in Lancaster County. I'm meeting up with Tim Kaufman, who gets the produce for his food market from local farms such as the Welsh Mountain Canning Company. This is absolutely some of the most beautiful countryside in America.
You know, the heart of Lancaster County is a very beautiful, lush area for agriculture. Quite a few Pennsylvania Dutch live in the area. They've done a great job in taking care of this fertile land.
No one is really sure how Chow Chow got its name, but it may have come from France or even India. Look at all of these wonderful vegetables right from the garden. Commercially produced Chow Chow keeps a consistent mixture of vegetables.
And they put it out in layers, so you just spread it real even across.
But Chow Chow was originally created out of necessity, a way for the Pennsylvania Dutch to stretch their summer harvest, any summer harvest, all the way through winter. So how am I doing? Good. The veggies are scooped into jars and weighed. Wait a minute. One more carrot.
117 is what you're looking for on the weight.
Nailed it! I'm a professional canner now. That's 1 pound and 17 ounces. The weight has to be exact, so when the liquid is added, the jar will weigh precisely 32 ounces. A brine of vinegar, sugar, and salt adds a unique flavor. Then, it's time to seal. The jars go into a canner to boil for approximately 35 minutes. The high temperature destroys microorganisms that can spoil the food. The jars then seal as they cool. Let's try some Chow Chow.
All right, let's do that.
Really crisp, really fresh too. It really has a crisp, bright flavor. And the vinegar and the sweetness, it's really kind of got a salty, sweet flavor. It's a perfect blend. We found our first side dish. On our main plate, a heaping helping of Chow Chow, a nod to the taste and ingenuity of the Pennsylvania Dutch. Our next state plate contender relates to another Pennsylvania tradition, snack food. Hanover, PA is considered the snack food capital of the world. It is home to classic American manufacturers of chocolate, potato chips, pretzels, and snack cakes. And 50 miles down the road, the tiny town of Lititz houses another family business with its own slice of history. This is home to the first commercial
hard pretzel bakery in the entire country. Begun in 1861 by a man named Julius Sturgis, moved in with his 14 children, and he started putting them to work at age 4.
Wow. So they've been baking pretzels here since 1861.
Correct.
The bakery is on the National Register of Historic Buildings. The ovens are original, so is the brick, and some of the staff.
You have a long history with it being in your family.
It was my great-great-grandfather that started the business here.
The Sturgis family now make both hard and soft pretzels. And forming a soft pretzel is the lesson for today.
All right, Taylor, I'm gonna try to teach you how to twist.
You're gonna try to teach
I'm
me.
gonna try to teach you.
So you already don't have faith in me that I can do this.
You have potential. We'll go with that.
First step, roll a 16-inch stretch of dough.
Next, pick up the ends. Just flick your wrists and spin it. All right, you got it. You had a twist there. That's a triple twist there. Yeah, oh. You have a knot there. You're close. You have some potential.
I'm gonna try again.
Yep, you're getting, you could lay that over and now pull the ends towards you and you really have a nice pretzel there. So
Thank
you
you.
had the basics.
No one's ever told me that before.
I don't know if I'm gonna tell you again either. It's more instinct than thinking.
Starting to get the hang of it.
You've mastered it. That's great.
All we have to do now is bake and taste.
We going in?
Dig in. Oh, yeah.
Very dense. I love the malty flavor of pretzel. And just a little light saltedness just complements the pretzel so well.
I can eat a good soft pretzel anytime.
Fresh out of the oven, doesn't get any better.
Don't have to sell me. We've got our second side dish. A soft Pennsylvania-style pretzel made in the country's first hard pretzel factory. Coming up,
Here's my ride.
in search of dessert, Pennsylvania Dutch style.
See, now this is gonna take some delicate work.
That's your job.
Oh yeah, great.
Our state plate is filling up. All we need is something sweet to make this meal complete. Next stop, we are back in Lancaster County, the land of the Pennsylvania Dutch.
I'm here in a town called Bird in Hand, known for its homemade desserts. And the way they get around here is as unique as its name. Here's my ride. I'm looking for some shoe fly pie.
Yes, sir. Come on in. The baker's just down the road.
All right.
The village of Bird in Hand was settled in the late 1700s by Amish and Mennonite immigrants from Germany. The town is named after its first official hotel, but it's famous for one very special dessert.
The shoe fly pie had its origins in Lancaster County. It really comes from, when the immigrants came across on the boats, they could only take with them foods that were non-perishable, like the molasses, like the brown sugars, like the lard. And so as they brought all these things over, when they got here, they had to use what they had. It was just through experimentation that, the housewives came up with the shoe fly pie. And at Bird in Hand, we think we have one of the best shoe fly pies around.
The Bird in Hand Bakery uses an old family recipe for a shoe fly pie that dates back to John's great-grandmother's kitchen, which includes the main ingredient that puts the shoe fly in the shoe fly pie.
This is the molasses, and we wouldn't want to make this pie without this syrup. It wouldn't be a shoe fly pie. The flies would be attracted to the juice. Problem is, when they get into it, they can't get out of it.
You don't want to fly in the pie.
That's right.
Brown sugar adds even more sweet flavor, and eggs bind it all together.
How many pies are you producing a week?
Shoe fly pies, we could make anywhere from 500 to 900 pies in a week.
That's a lot of pies.
That's a lot of pies.
The shoe fly is called a wet bottom pie for pretty obvious reasons.
So it really is a liquid pie.
It's a liquid pie, and then when we put the crumbs on top of it, some of the crumbs sink down through, and we still have some of that goo at the bottom, and it bakes up through into the crumbs, and we get the pie that we do at the end, as the end result. Ready for the oven?
See, now this is gonna take some delicate work.
That's your job.
Oh yeah, great.
It takes a steady hand to move a liquid pie.
Other way, right in them slots.
Okay, good.
And it takes an hour and a half to bake up all that juice.
Great looking pie. Yeah, I'd say that's an A-. I'll take the mitts, unless
Okay.
you want to walk these pies around and show them off.
I think I'm gonna show them off when we eat them. How about
All
that?
right.
Well, I couldn't have picked a better spot to have shoe-fly pie in Pennsylvania than here.
Look at that.
Now that is a wet bottom. I love the consistency of this pie because you have the robust flavor of all of the molasses, but then you have this really light, flaky crumb on top. It's almost like there's 3 layers. There's a light, crummy layer, and then there's kind of a middle layer, and then there's a gooey layer on bottom.
It's an all-around pie, any meal.
That's delicious.
We found our dessert, a gooey slice of traditional shoe-fly pie, and not a single fly in sight. Our state plate is complete. On our appetizer plate, cream of mushroom soup, straight from the mushroom capital of the world. Oh, shiitake. On our main plate,
What's your provolone whiz without?
Look at that. Oh, he's starting to get the hang of it now.
an entree-sized iconic Philly cheesesteak sandwich, a side of traditional Pennsylvania Dutch chow chow, and a homemade soft pretzel from the country's first hard pretzel factory.
You've mastered it.
And for dessert,
Yeah.
another treat from the Pennsylvania Dutch, a slice of shoe fly pie, wet bottom and all. A meal that honors the taste and traditions of the great state of Pennsylvania.